Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thurston High School in Springfield, Oregon, home of the Colts. The site for tonight's matchup for the Roseburg boys basketball team as they get ready to take on Thurston in another non-conference matchup. Roseburg comes in with 5 straight wins on their record. On the other side, Thurston coming off of a loss in their last game, but we're at 6-4. The Thurston Colts off to a nice start to their season in the 5A classification. It's a non-league matchup, second of a back-to-back for the Roseburg boys. We'll see if their legs are underneath them. After a busy holiday break, they are kicking off. They return to the classroom with a busy week this week and wrapping up the non-conference portion of their season with 3 games here this week. Welcome you in, everybody. It's Joey Keyran here with you for your pregame show from Thurston High School as we get ready for tonight's matchup. I want to remind you that tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can check it out there. A little bit interesting internet situation here at Thurston High School. Not 100% confident in it. So if you are watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel, and if things start to get a little buggy on us, you can always tune in and listen to the game on the Score, 92.3 FM or 1490 AM on the radio dial, or you can always stream the games, the audio of the game, on the 541 Radio app, or you can listen live to the Score on 541radio.com. So a lot of ways that you can follow tonight's action, and hopefully we will be technical glitch free here this evening. I should probably knock on wood. There is none within my vicinity. We'll find some here in the pregame show as we count down to tip-off between the 6-4 Thurston Colts and the 8-2 Roseburg Indians. As we get ready for this matchup, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys here in just a couple of moments. So stay tuned for that interview coming up. We'll go ahead and take a quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we hear from the head coach of the Roseburg Indians here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back with more of our pregame here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Getting ready for Roseburg basketball on the road against Thurston as they play the second game of a back-to-back. You can find today's game streaming online at 541radio.com. Joining me to talk about last night's win is head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, nice win for you guys. Get to 5 straight. Starting out the week, we talked about it. You guys always want to be 1-0. What got you guys to 1-0 this week and got you to 1-0 yesterday in that big game at home against Ashland?
Yeah, getting us to 1-0 yesterday was definitely different guys stepping up. Boston got in foul trouble in the first half, and he, had been scoring pretty well for us, so he had to go to the bench, and Jace Wilder stepped up with a huge second half, probably the best half he's had and the best game he's had for sure with that double-double. Mike was consistent yesterday as well, and then a bunch of other guys. We had 4 other guys that just had 3, but they all hit a single 3, which adds up quite a bit. So just contributions from lots of different guys.
You guys, as you mentioned, Jace did a nice job for you guys in the second half. I really thought on the glass. He even told me afterwards he felt like that was a big key to you guys pulling out the win there. And obviously you like to see the scoring from multiple guys on your roster, but him being able to do a nice job rebounding for you guys, how much is that part of his game and a part of what you guys do? How important is that for you?
Oh, it's huge, especially, they got 6'7", 6'4", and 6'7" off the bench lined up for us. So, we talk about rebounding every game, but we know when we match against a team that has multiple 6'4" and bigger guys and we don't have any, that's kind of a huge deal for us rebounding. And we actually talked about it a little bit different yesterday because I realized I'd been talking about we need a rebound, and it came down to guys were just going to get rebounds and not blocking out. And so before the game we talked about yesterday, hey, we don't need a rebound, we need to block out. And if we get 5 guys that block out every possession, then we're going to get boards. And I think that really made a difference for Jace as far as he, instead of going to go to the rim every time a shot went up, he would go find his guy, block out, and go get it, which helped us as a team out-rebound Ashland, but also as an individual have his best rebounding game of the year.
You guys, we talked yesterday before the game about how this is kind of your final tune-up and your final run-up to conference play coming up here. And in this age of the RPI and the rankings for the OSAA, these non-conference games mean a lot for you guys to be able to get into a good spot where hopefully if you play well in conference play, you've got a nice number in front of your name going into the postseason. How do you feel like you guys have set yourself up for success as you get into conference play coming up next week?
Anytime you're looking at RPA stuff, what really matters is if you win games, and the fact that we've been winning games is the biggest factor in that. The other thing is road games, and a lot of people complain about, hey, you got a lot of road games, not many at home. And, well, first of all, we haven't been playing great at home anyways. We've been playing better on the road, but it also helps your RPI when you win on the road. So, and being battle-tested on the road anytime in conference, it's hard to win at South Medford. It's hard to win at North Medford. I haven't done it since I've been here. So, our guys haven't done it in 4 years. And even, before that, when Colin was a senior, they struggled to win on the road as well. It's just tough to win down in Medford. So the more experience we can get on the road over in Bend, up here in Eugene, then the more ready we'll be for our league opponents on the road.
And if you guys accomplish the goals you want, you're going to have to play on the road at a neutral site when you hopefully get to that state tournament site at the end of the season. That's looking a little bit further ahead. Tonight you got the Thurston Colts, a program in 5A that once again you kind of don't look at their record because it may not be as good as they want it to be. It's going to be a good team for you guys to face tonight. What about Thurston? Are you kind of focused on as you guys get ready to play?
We're focusing on getting better from last night. Just talking about what we did last night well and continue to do that. What we need to do better at from last night. Again, they got some size. They don't have 6'7" or anything, but they've got some 6'4" guys and some guards that play pretty similar to some of the guards in our league. And we're going to continue to work on defense so we don't give up 4 threes in the third quarter tonight, and continue to communicate better defensively so we don't have those meltdowns.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
Thank you very much.
That is Roseburg head coach Jordan Humphreys taking a quick look back at where things have been for Roseburg yesterday. Talk a little bit about that game there with Coach Humphreys. A big win, 5 in a row now for Roseburg. A pretty well battle-tested Ashland team came in at 500 on their record, but they had some tough games on their schedule. And Roseburg did a nice job. This has been said now multiple times by head coach Jordan Humphreys to me that this team, they've been in positions at times this year where last year they probably would have fallen apart a little bit. They would have probably thought that things weren't going their way, so they may not have a chance to try and come back and win in a game. But this year, when those moments pop up, when a team makes a run and Roseburg maybe gets a little bit cold and a team comes back on them, they've been able to kind of gather themselves and get back into a ball game. They've been able to kind of turn things back around and not let the moment get to them too heavily and be able to stay in those contests. So this year for Roseburg, it's definitely been a turnaround season. And we saw that against Ashland yesterday. In that matchup, Roseburg got out to an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter. They managed to sustain in that game after Ashland went on a 10-0 run to start out the second quarter. Roseburg was able to hang in there and then rally back, and they finished strong in the second quarter and went into halftime leading by 9. In the third quarter, Ashland would outscore Roseburg 23-15, but Roseburg was able to hang on to the lead. It was a 1-point game at the end of 3. In the fourth quarter, early on, Ashland would get a couple of buckets, and they would take a narrow lead, 47-45. The game was tied up at 49 all with about 6 minutes to go. Ashland didn't score again until it was almost 1 minute to go in the ballgame. So it was definitely a nice turnaround for Roseburg after letting Ashland come back in that game and take a brief lead in the fourth quarter. Roseburg clamped down defensively, did not allow Ashland to score for almost 5 minutes of the game time, and Roseburg finishes on a 10-2 run to capture the win last night, their 5th in a row. 59-51 was the final score in that one. Meanwhile, the Thurston Colts haven't played since last week on Friday, before the new year. They lost against Churchill 65-62 in the tournament title game of the Barry Adams Invitational hosted by South Salem. In that matchup, Nate Stifler, Hunter James, and Walker Benar combined for 43 of the 62 points scored by the Thurston Colts. So got to expect those will be 3 names to be looking out for coming up here tonight. We are getting ready for this matchup between Roseburg and Thurston. Again, you can find tonight's matchup streaming live online at 541radio.com, or you can check it out on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can find us there, and you can follow the action with us. Hit the subscribe button and follow the action with us all season long and all throughout this school year. You can follow Roseburg High Sports there on our YouTube channel. If you hit that subscribe button, it helps keep you notified of when we're on the air with Roseburg High Sports. So go ahead and hit that. Hit the little notification bell as well. We appreciate when you do that. And you can give us a thumbs up as well. We always appreciate those. Helps our channel get a little bit more exposure, which is always good and very helpful. All right, we're going to take our final 2-minute break for the national anthem and come back with your starting lineups. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Number 0,
We welcome you back here to Thurston High School, where starting lineups are getting announced down on the floor. Let's go ahead and take a look at them as well. First for the Roseburg Indians, the visiting team tonight, led by head coach Jordan Humphreys in his 4th year. Roseburg 8-2 on the season. Will have Micah Mendoza, a second-team All-Southwest Conference selection last year. He's one of the leading scorers this season for the Tribe. Senior guard at 5'9", Carter Stedman, along with Jace Wilder, the senior guard at 6'2", coming off of his first career double-double with 17 and 11 in the win over Ashland. An honorable mention, All-Southwest Conference selection, Boston Williams, a senior at 5'11", will start tonight, along with senior guard at 6 feet tall, Hunter Fullerton. Now taking a look at the starting lineups for the Thurston Colts, led by head coach Blaine Liberatore, 6-4 on the season, coming off of a loss in their last game. It'll be a senior at 6 feet tall, Drew Blackwell, along with a junior at 6'3", Luke Newell. Walker Benar, a junior 6'2" player, and coming off of a 12-point performance in the loss against Churchill. Nate Stifler is a sophomore, listed at 6'4". He scored 17 to lead the way for Thurston in that loss against the Lancers. And rounding out your starting 5 is Hunter James, the second senior in the starting 5 for the Colts. 5'11", James coming off of 14 points in his last game. That's tonight's starting lineups. Before we get this one started here tonight, let you know this evening's game is brought to you by our friends at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. All right, we get ready to go in the center. It's going to be Micah Mendoza tipping off for Roseburg. He was up against Nate Stifler. The tip is won by Stifler and the Colts, who will move right to left on your radio dial in their home white uniforms. Out at the top with it, Benar gives it away. It is a 3-ball attempt by Stifler. Off the mark, rebound comes down to Hunter Fullerton. He'll push it up the floor to Carter Stedman, as Roseburg will have it for the first time tonight, wearing the road black uniforms. Moving left to right on your radio dial, right side to the wing. Stedman gets it into the corner to Wilder, coming off of his big game. Gets it to Mendoza, who had 17 yesterday as well. Wilder drives in, gets to the right side of the lane. His shot just a bit too strong, though, and down with the rebound comes Thurston. The Colts will bring it into the front court on the far side with it. Toss it to the near side, Blackwell to Benar. He drives in, has it taken away by Wilder. One-on-one, he'll go into the lane, gets bumped. Didn't get a chance to get a shot up, comes up limping a little bit. That's going to go against Luke Newell. Newell got into the body, and you would have probably liked to have seen Wilder try to get a shot up there if he could, to be able to keep Roseburg with a chance to maybe get to the free throw line. A 3 in the right corner. Hunter Fullerton too strong. Carter Stedman down with the rebound, though, and Roseburg will get another look at it. Second chance points here for the Tribe. In the left corner with it, Mendoza. They work it to the right corner. Driving from the left side, it's a dunk by Micah Mendoza for the first 2 points of the ball game. Roseburg will take a 2-0 lead on the left-handed slam by the junior. Bringing it up the floor. Thurston to the right corner. Stifler. Pass it away on the left wing. Driving in, attacking from the left side, and dancing on the iron before it falls through. That bucket goes through for Walker Benar. It's tied at 2. On the right corner, Wilder with it. In front of the student section here at Thurston High School. Down to our right, as school is back in session after the holiday break. Out at the center circle, Micah Mendoza gets it one-on-one. Goes left hand against James into the corner. A 3 by Boston Williams. He gets his first, had just 1 yesterday, but he gets his first here tonight to put Roseburg in front 5-2. Quickly the other direction, trying to attack was Bernard. Couldn't get it, and Williams rips away the rebound. Boston with his first board of the night. Up the floor quickly, working in the lane, goes Wilder. Rebound came down to Stedman, but he had it knocked out of his hands. It touches the baseline. Thurston, the last to get a hand on it. That ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Roseburg basketball. 5:25 to go here in the opening period of our ball game. Lob in. That is knocked out by Thurston. I thought maybe Stedman might have had the last hand on that one, but the official says it was last touched by the Colts. Wilder will inbound in front of the Thurston bench. Gets it to Carter. Stedman to the near side. Mendoza into the corner. Head fake by Fullerton. Doesn't take the three. Stedman back to Fullerton. He's got some space on the three from the right wing, and that one well off the mark. And on the rebound attempt, unable to stay in bounds himself, Chase Wilder, touching the baseline, will give the ball to the Colts. A couple of tough looks to start out the ball game for Hunter Fullerton from behind the arc. They'll press the ball up the floor. Got caught in the air, and the full court press by Roseburg will force a turnover. A baseball pass up the floor to Wilder. He tosses it back to Fullerton. He drives left side, makes the baseline skip pass out to Williams for the three. Halfway down, it doesn't fall, but the rebound down to Stedman. He's got three here in the opening period. Driving in, Fullerton back out to the right wing. Boston, his pass tip, but Fullerton will track it down. Out to Stedman at the top as we near the midway point of the first quarter. It's 5-2. Roseburg in front in a low-scoring opening period. Stedman to the left side, finds Wilder. That's a long two. And it's off the mark. And on the rebound, a whistle. They will whistle a foul. They put that on Boston Williams. He was in foul trouble yesterday. They'll try to make sure he stays out of foul trouble here tonight. He heads to the bench, unhappy with himself, slams his fist down on the chairs over there. Also, Jace Wilder will head to the bench. As coming into the game is Keegan Cleary and Mark Oha. Up the far side of the floor goes Hunter James. They pass into the right corner. Stifler, the corner three, off the iron. High rebound, tipped around, and it's off of Hunter Fullerton. Stifler 0 for 2 from behind the arc so far tonight. 4:18 to play in the first. Inbound from the baseline out to James at the left wing into the corner for Stifler. The big man gets to the elbow, pulls up for the jumper, and knocks it down. Nate Stifler gets the two. 5-4 the score. Roseburg quickly up the floor. Oha to Fullerton. Things open up. He'll finish with the right hand. He struggled from behind the arc, and so he decides just take it to the rim, and he finishes to put it back up by 3. 7-4. 3:51. And counting here in the first. Left-hand dribble for James as he runs the point, gets it to Stifler in the lane, pulls up for the jumper. That one falls off. Oha with the rebound. He'll race it up the floor. Pass right side to Cleary, and a travel call. Cleary in transition, couldn't get the ball down in time to avoid the travel call. It'll put the basketball back into the hands of the Colts, trailing by 3. 3:34 to go in the opening period. Owen Bentia will check into the game for Roseburg. Left side at the wing. Bernard gives it away. With the basketball, Noah Blair into the game. Pass to the right side. Luke Sewell whistle away from the basketball on a screen attempt. They'll call that on Mark Oha, trying to fight through the screen. Knocks over the Thurston Colt player. Second foul against Roseburg here in this first quarter. Stifler rolls out to the top, gets the inbound, and gives it right back to Bernard. They play a little pitch and catch on the right side. Head fake, driving in. Bernard with the Euro step goes through, and he'll have 4 here in the opening period as he makes it a one-point game again. 7-6. 3 minutes to go. Stedman, crossover, gets it to Oha, who will travel. I think he had too many thoughts in his head there. Wanted to maybe look at a 3. Thought about the head fake and didn't quite get the basketball down in time as he drops. As he drug his back foot before starting the dribble. Chance for Thurston to get their first lead of the night. Trailing 7-6 right now against Roseburg in the left corner with it. Blair out to the top. A 3 is good for Walker Bernard. And it is the first lead of the night for Thurston, 9-7. Stedman, deep three by Fullerton. That one off the right iron, no good. Rebound comes down to the Colts. And Hunter Fullerton trying to find his touch from long range. 2:28. Thurston trying to extend their lead at 2 points right now for the first time. Blair straight away to Stifler, right of the key, beyond the arc. Down to the ground went Keegan Cleary. The long two, no good by Stifler. Rebound went to Bonar, and he cannot get it to fall either. And it's Bentia that comes away with the loose ball on the rebound. Baseline, Cleary trapped. Will toss it back out. Stedman with it. Under 2 minutes to go in the opening period. A 2-point ball game. Roseburg trailing for the first time tonight. Fullerton gets the right wing three. Finally finds the touch on his fourth attempt. He'll get one to fall, and it's a 1-point ball game. 10-9. Roseburg in front with 1:48 to go. A timeout taken on the floor. Let's take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
.148 to go in the opening quarter. It's a 1-point ball game. Roseburg in front, 10-9 on the three-pointer by Hunter Fullerton. Breaking the press comes Thurston. Player slips as he passes it away, but making the bucket is Andrew Mills for two, and that puts Thurston back in front. 11-10 out at the top. Bentia, an open look at a three. That's a little too strong. Rebound comes down to Oha, and Roseburg gets a second look at it. Keegan Cleary. Hands back to Oha. Tries to drive left side. Draws a whistle. I believe Drew Blackwell going to get called for it here. It will be Blackwell, his first. Right side on the inbound pass for Boston Williams. His three too strong. On the rebound, a foul called against Mark Oha, I believe, will be the call there. Three team fouls against Roseburg. Thurston will bring the ball up. It's James running the point to the left side to Blair. Bounce it, tried to get it down into the middle. That is Andrew Mills, another senior listed at 6'4". He was posted up, had the lane, but the pass just outside of his reach. Turnover by the Colts. Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Stedman dribbles right side, attacks with the right hand, picks up the dribble at the right wing, passes baseline to Mendoza. His soaring shot will go off the glass for two. He got caught in the air, but was able, with his athleticism, to hang and find the angle. 12-11, 39 seconds to go. Attacking as James goes right to the middle, and the teardrop is good. His first points of the night. Back in front goes Thurston, 13-12. Driving left side, Mendoza will draw a whistle. Just going to be the third team foul against Thurston. It will send Micah Mendoza to the free throw line. First time we see free throws here tonight for either side. And his first one will take a couple of trips around the perimeter and fall through. Ties it up at 13 all. Second free throw coming. Chance to get Roseburg the lead before the quarter comes to an end. Second one less exciting as it swishes through. 14-13, Roseburg in front, 30 seconds to defend. Thurston will race up the floor, back it back out now as they wait for numbers. Bernard will pass it out to James, left side of the floor, working against Stedman. To the near side for Bernard. Back out to the top, Blair. They work back to the right side of the floor. Thurston holding for the final shot, trailing by 1. To the left side, Bernard with it, drives to the free throw lane, has it taken away, and a foul call with the ball loose. Roseburg will get whistled. It'll keep the ball in Thurston's possession with 3.9 seconds to play in the opening quarter. They call that one on Jace Wilder, his first, 4th-team foul against Roseburg. Baseline inbound, gets to Stifler. The right wing three is nothing but nylon as the quarter comes to an end. Stifler gets his first 3 of the night, and he will give Thurston a 16-14 lead as we go to the second quarter. We'll take a 60-second timeout. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Second quarter, Roseburg will start with the basketball, trailing by 2 against Thurston. 16-14 your score. Game has not been separated by more than 3 points. Joey Keyran here with you. Left side, Boston Williams. Carter Stedman, Asher Vredenberg in for the first time tonight. Jace Wilder back in, and Micah Mendoza into the game. 4 of the 5 starters on the floor for the Tribe. Williams, left side. Roseburg working against the zone from Thurston, trying to find some open space to work. They get it out to the left corner. A 3 by Wilder. He had a couple last night. He gets his first here tonight and puts Roseburg back in front. 17-16 to start things off here in the second quarter. Hunter James will bring it up across the timeline as he weaves his way against the defense from Carter Stedman. To the left wing, Luke Newell. Started the game, didn't see a lot of him in that first period. No shot attempts from him. Passes it away. Walker Bernard, the junior, one of the leading scorers for this Thurston team. Crossover against Mendoza, gets into the middle, gets trapped in the lane, and he'll get called for the travel. Turns it over. Ball will go back to Roseburg, a chance to try and stretch it to possibly their largest lead of the night if they can hit another 3. So far in the ball game, Roseburg with 3 made threes. They hit 11 last night. 6:51 here in this second quarter. Boston Williams dribbles into the right corner, back out to Mendoza as they'll revert to the far side in the left corner. Stedman back out to Vredenberg. Asher has his dribble once and picks it up. Hands it back off to Boston Williams. From the sideline, Coach Libator yelling out the defensive adjustments for Thurston. They pass through the defense. Vredenberg gets it at the top, dribbles, angles to the right side, tries to lob it underneath. That ball's tipped and taken away by the Colts. It's Stifler with it. He'll slow it down, waits for some numbers, double team, gets it to Blair. Blair tries to attack, reverts out, left side, a 3 by James. Short, rebound Vredenberg. Roseburg with the rebound, pushing the tempo, comes Stedman. To the right side with the right hand. Gets it to an open look at a 3 by Mendoza. No, but skying for the rebound is Williams. Boston will get Roseburg a second look. Driving in, jump ball called. Micah Mendoza got tied up in the air. As he was going up, he wanted the whistle for a foul. Didn't get the call there. Got tied up in the air. The jump ball arrow possession favors Thurston. They'll have the basketball. The Colts weave up to the left side of the floor. Around a screen, ball nearly taken away by Wilder, and then nearly taken away by Mendoza. Knocked into the backcourt. Thurston gets it back. Wilder right on top of Bernard, driving in. He knocks over 2 Roseburg players. That leaves an open space in the middle. Driving in, shot off the mark, though, by Luke Newell. Roseburg with the rebound. Friedenberg trying to go right through the middle. Had it knocked away. He will get it back and finds an open look for Carter Stedman, who lays it off the glass and puts Roseburg in front by 3, 19-16. Roseburg will start out the period on a 4-0 run. Hunter James, he nearly got that ball trapped on his hip for a carry. Didn't get whistled. Driving in, the extra pass to Newell on the weak side. He was open, and this time he'll flush it through. 19-18 the score, back to a 1-point game. Stedman on the left wing. Brings it out to the top. One-hand pass to Boston Williams, the right wing 3, too long. Rebound right into the hands of Newell. Roseburg a little off the mark from long range here tonight. Hasn't stopped him from trying. Driving in goes Bernard. Offensive foul. The junior whistled for charging in. And Walker Bernard will give the ball back to Roseburg. Hunter Fullerton, who is 1 for 4 from behind the arc, will check into the game for Micah Mendoza. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Fullerton will run the point, brings it up through the center circle. Pass away right side to Friedenberg. Stedman trying to post up down on the right side. He puts it back out to Wilder. A 3, no good, but Wilder chases down his own rebound in the corner. He'll find Stedman cutting. Knocked away, though, and Carter will have to send it back out. To the right side again. Wilder with it. Stedman just really working hard to post up underneath. He'll get the ball. He wants to attack. He gets the spin move, goes up, shot no good, got his own rebound. Back out to Fullerton, gets the defender in the air, launches a 3, no good. And the rebound this time comes down to the Colts. James with it on the left side. One-hand pass out to the top, to the right side for Stifler. Working against Williams. Spin move back to his left. Turnaround jumper. No. Rebound pulled down by Newell. Back up with it. A second look. No good on the miss by Blackwell. It's Newell with a second offensive board. Stifler drives in. Stuck in the lane. Back out. Bernard with a straightaway 3. Will go. 3-point basket. Makes it a 2-point game. 21-19. Thurston has rallied back, but right back in the middle. Asher Friedenberg will tie it up. 21 all with 3:17 to go here in the second. And a travel call. Walker Bernard tried to aggressively attack Roseburg, got his balance a little bit. He was over his skis just a little bit there. Ends up going down and whistled for the travel. Mendoza will check back into the game. Boston Williams and Jace Wilder both take a seat on the bench. Mendoza's back in. Keegan Cleary into the game as well. Mendoza, 6 points in the first quarter, but that he has not scored here in the second. He's going to try and change that. He drives in, and Roseburg. No. It is against Andrew Mills for Thurston. Got called for the blocking foul. Thought they were going to call an illegal screen against Roseburg there for a moment. 2:55 to go here in the first half. Into the corner. Mendoza, the 3 from the left side. No. Rebound tipped around. Mendoza will chase it down out near midcourt. Into the corner. Head fake. And now back to Stedman. Tries to drive in. Ball knocked away. Scramble for it. He gets it back. Out to Friedenberg for a 3 on the right side. No. Mendoza, a second rebound. He goes in. Offensive foul as he gets called for lowering the shoulder, I believe, into Hunter James. 2:33 to go. Tie ball game at 21 all. Roseburg a couple of chances there. They've had a lot of chances. A lot of missed baskets here in this opening half. If Roseburg was hitting, they would definitely have a nice little margin to work with here. As it is, they've let Thurston hang around, and Thurston's offensive rebounding has definitely kept them in this ball game as well. Out at the top with it. James hooks a pass down underneath. Andrew Mills will draw a whistle against Keegan Cleary. Roseburg a size disadvantage, and Thurston trying to really make them pay for it. That'll be the 16th foul against Roseburg, first against Keegan Cleary. From the baseline, Bernard will inbound. Offensive foul. I thought that we were going to get to the 5-second call before even that. It goes against Andrew Mills again. And it takes Thurston to 16 fouls. Carter Stedman will walk it up from the backcourt. No pressure back there by Thurston. Tie ball game as we near the 2-minute mark. Stedman whips it to the far side of Friedenberg. Racing to get it in the corner is Bentia. Back to Fullerton. Goes baseline. Friedenberg, the mid-range jumper, no good, but Stedman down with his 5th rebound in this first half. A deep three, looked good. It doesn't go. Stedman, another rebound off the miss by Fullerton. Tried to find Fullerton in the middle, and it's poked away at the last second by Thurston. The Colts come up with it, 21-all, trying to regain the lead. Blackwell with it, goes right underneath to Mills. He works, but he's too short with the little bunny, and the rebound down to Friedenberg. He'll push the tempo. Goes right into the teeth of the defense, tried to put the brakes on, and he just shuffled his feet. He will turn it back over. Both these teams trying to get their rhythm going. Roseburg will pressure in the backcourt with 1:34 to play. Defense will drift back as the rest of the offense goes that direction. Into the front court comes James. Dribbles to the right side. Into the corner for Bernard. They try to work it down to Mills. Double team. He works his way in. Can't get it. Gets his own offensive board. And the putback. Mills puts Thurston back in front. 23-21. Stedman out at the top with it. Crossover. Had it knocked away. The ball rolls to Keegan Cleary in the corner. Roseburg will keep it. Fullerton to Friedenberg. Back out to Bentia. He wants to drive. He will. Toss it away, and it's another player control foul. Been quite a few of those, both sides, so it's not like it's egregious for one team or the other, but the officials looking for the player control foul here tonight. 56.9 seconds to play in the opening half of tonight's non-conference game. Hunter Fullerton gets the steal on the inbound pass. He'll get it in the corner. Head fake drives in. His lay-in no good. Rebound down to Mills. He'll push it up the floor. Gets it up to Blackwell. He'll slow it down. Waits for help on the offensive side. Mills wide open in the corner. He wanted to take the shot, didn't. Tries to enter it down to Stifler, and Mendoza will knock it away. Roseburg with the takeaway. Bentia trying the left wing three, and he's got it. His first points of the night puts Roseburg back in front, 24-23. 23 seconds to play here in the opening half. James to the left side. Tosses it away to Bernard. Working against Fullerton. Out to get it at the center circle. Blackwell back to James. He'll angle to the right side with the right-hand dribble. Pass tipped away by Hunter Fullerton as he races into the bench. It'll allow Roseburg to set up on the defensive side with the inbound pass coming in front of the Roseburg bench. Friedenberg back in. I didn't notice he had checked out, honestly. Friedenberg into the game for Keegan Cleary. 7.5 seconds to go. Mills wants it underneath. Friedenberg does a nice job to try and defend it, but he cannot quite win that battle. 2 for Andrew Mills. Got to get the shot before the half court or the first half comes to an end. And Hunter Fullerton's three-quarter court shot just off the mark and a little bit late. 24-25. It's Thurston in front by 1 as we go to the break. A tight first half, not separated by more than 3 points. When we come back, we'll break it all down for you as Roseburg and Thurston squaring off in a tight one here tonight. We go to the halftime break. I'm Joey Kieran. Your halftime show coming up after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back here at Thurston High School in Springfield, Oregon, the Roseburg Indians trailing Thurston at the halftime break, 25-24. Tonight's game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. By Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Well, at the break, a one-point ball game in favor of the Colts. Roseburg led by as many as 3 in the first half. Thurston led by as many as 2. Not a very big margin for either team. We're looking at it, though. A lot of missed opportunities. Both teams really had chances to try and kind of build a lead in this one. Roseburg specifically, they had a lot of missed shots as they try to stretch the floor and use the long-range shot to their advantage. That has been their kind of plan all season long, knowing that they're usually at a height disadvantage. Roseburg likes to try and take advantage by using the long ball. Tonight, the long ball not really falling for them, so that has put them at a slight disadvantage. I got to imagine they will be looking to try and hit a few more shots coming up in the second half. At the end of one, it was 16-14. Thurston taking a 2-point lead into the second quarter. Roseburg would storm back in front as they started out with a little run in the second quarter. But Thurston would battle their way back. Roseburg actually outscores Thurston 10-9 in the second quarter. Not quite enough to get them the lead at the halftime break as they trail by 1. 25-24 is our score. Tonight's game also sponsored by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. We will go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get a chance to take a look at some of the individual statistics from the first half of tonight's ball game. So stay tuned for that here coming up. Plus, don't forget, coming up in the postgame show, we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Mountain Mike's, it's pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games, or you can come by and watch the live stream during the away games. I have been told that's what they're going to do, so maybe, hopefully, they've got it on here tonight there at Mountain Mike's Pizza. That'd be pretty cool. Go out there and catch Roseburg on the big screen at Mountain Mike's while you're getting dinner here tonight. All right, we'll go ahead and take the 2-minute timeout. When we come back, individual stats from the first half of this one. Roseburg trails Thurston 25-24 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this Postgame on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
At the break, it's Thurston leading Roseburg 25-24. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us here for tonight's contest. Whether you're listening on the radio, listening online, or watching the game streaming live at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score. Taking a look at first half statistics in this one. For Roseburg, they made 4 3-pointers in the first half. They were 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Leading scorer at the break for Roseburg is Micah Mendoza with 6. Behind him, Hunter Fullerton with 5. Then you've got Jace Wilder with 3, Owen Bentia with 3, Boston Williams with 3, Asher Friedenberg with 2, and Carter Stedman with 2 as well. On the other side for Thurston, 3 3-pointers in the first half. They did not attempt a free throw in the first half of this ball game. Leading scorer, only player in double figures, is Walker Benar with 10 points. Then you've got 6 points in the ball game for Andrew Mills off the bench. 5 points for Nate Stifler. Then 2 points for Hunter James and for Luke Newell. That is your scoring there tonight for the Thurston Colts. Taking a look at Roseburg's rebound leader from the first half of this one. It is Carter Stedman with 6 rebounds to lead the way. Make sure you stick around to find out who leads the way in that category. In the postgame show, we'll have your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader. They're the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County, so when it's time to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft, they're a paint store. They're not a paint department. Hang around for the Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader in the postgame. As we get ready to start the second half, quick look at the scoreboard. The Roseburg girls are at home tonight. First game for them since before Christmas. And right now at halftime, they trail Thurston 24-22 in that matchup. They led 13-9 after 1, but Thurston storming back in the second quarter to take the lead there. All right, getting ready for the second half of tonight's ball game. Roseburg basketball here on The Score this season is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. And make sure that you have an agent in your corner in these complicated travel times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. Third quarter just about to get underway. Roseburg in the road blacks. In the home whites is Thurston. And possession arrow, I believe, favors Roseburg. Let's see here. Roseburg will have their starting 5 on the floor. Mendoza, Stedman, Wilder, Fullerton, and Williams. It will be Roseburg basketball to start. Looks like the starting 5 on the floor for Thurston as well. You've got Drew Blackwell, Luke Newell, Walker Bernard, Nate Stifler, and Hunter James out there to get things started for the Colts. Hand off to Mendoza, gets it to Fullerton for a 3. That's a good sign. Hunter Fullerton hits a 3 to open up the third quarter, and he puts Roseburg in front, 27-25. His second 3 of the ball game. Pressure in the backcourt again, and that ball tipped off. Oh, that looked like it was tipped off of Drew Blackwell. Hunter Fullerton got a hand in it. It looked like it rolled right down the body of Drew Blackwell and then out of bounds into the student section and the cheerleaders, but the official sees it differently. Inbound into the backcourt for James, working against Mendoza. They look to try and trap him across the midcourt stripe. He'll pass it away. Bernard into the corner. Stifler head fake. Drives from the left side. Gets free at the left block. Off the glass. No good. Wilder with the rebound. He'll force it up the floor. Gets it right underneath. And it is a foul on the floor. Ooh, I got worried for a moment they were going to call a travel on Hunter Fullerton. He had the defender all over his back. It'll be an inbound from the baseline. First foul of the second half against Thurston. Goes against Drew Blackwell, his second. They change it to a shooting foul. They will. So Hunter Fullerton will go to the line to shoot 2. Just the second chance at free throws for Roseburg tonight. And just the second free throws attempts of the night for either team. Thurston with none in the first half. Roseburg with just 2. Fullerton hits the first. Second one coming. Long rebound pulled down by James. 3-point lead. That matches the largest of the game for Roseburg. Hunter James will quickly work it up into the front court. Nearly lost it. Saves it back in bounds with a diving attempt. Got it to Bernard, who drives right into the middle. Jump stop, and his floater will fall through. 1-point ball game, 28-27 Roseburg. Fullerton left side, drives in. Jump stop around the defense, and he's got some English on that one to roll over the iron. Hunter Fullerton takes Roseburg to 30. As the Tribe with a 3-point lead, 30-27. Pressure in the backcourt. James lobs it up the floor. Newell finds Blackwell cutting to the rim. His shot too strong. Mendoza with the rebound after what might have been a block by Hunter Fullerton. 30-27 still the score. Fullerton trying to get active in both the defense and offense here. Stedman trying to post up down low. One of the smaller guys on the floor, but he's really working to down in the paint. Driving right in, that ball knocked out of the hands of Hunter Fullerton as he got in. Nice defense there for Thurston to knock that ball out of his hands. The Colts wanted to say that was off of Hunter, but Fullerton will get the benefit as Roseburg gets the basketball. Oh, underneath. Mendoza was open for a second. Fullerton didn't see him. Williams gets it in the corner. Rolling out to the top. Fullerton back to Williams. They want to try and get it down to Stedman. Double team comes. He'll get to the basketball. He gets trapped underneath. Stedman, he gets hit as he goes up, and he'll get 2 shots as Drew Blackwell will pick up his third. They've got Carter Stedman listed at 5'9". That's what I tell myself I am, and he's about my size, so I'll buy it. He is one of the smaller guys out there, but he is trying to work down in the paint, and he has been doing a nice job playing big for the senior guard. But he is struggling at the free throw line as of late. Didn't hit one yesterday. Misses everything on the first attempt here. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Second free throw rolls off. That one looked better but didn't go. Empty trip to the line for Stedman. He'll be on their defensive side against James. To the top of the key with it. Newell looks for the cutter. Finds Stifler. His shot is short. Mendoza comes up with it. Right in the middle there. A nice look for Stifler. Couldn't get it. Head fake. Williams drives in. Stops at the free throw line. Pass to the right corner. Got the defender on the ground. Driving in. It's Jace Wilder, and Roseburg's come out with some enthusiasm here in this second half. They lead it by 5, their largest lead of the ballgame, 32-27. Hunter James trying to direct traffic as he angles to the right corner. He sends Noah Blair to the left corner. Stops in the middle. James, a couple of spin-around looks. Underneath, Noah Stifler fights for the offensive board, and he gets Chase Wilder whistled for the foul. Wilder was trying to box out, but he kind of got Stifler up under, and it'll be a foul against Wilder his second. First team foul in the second half for Roseburg. Thurston with it from their own baseline. Find the cutter. Too strong for Blair. And on the miss, it's Williams down with the rebound. Boston's going to try and go coast to coast. Can't finish. Tip on the rebound goes to Wilder. Stedman with a big play there. Out for the three by Boston. Can't get that one to drop either. Noah Blair will bring it up for Thurston. Weaving through traffic with the left hand. Makes the extra pass underneath. Roseburg tips it away. It goes to Benar in the corner. He drives in. His teardrop no good. Mendoza underneath will secure the board. He'll put it up the floor. Fullerton left side. Tries to attack. Will fire it back out to Williams for a three. That one missed. And Stedman down with another big rebound. Out to Wilder for a three. No. Underneath Mendoza fighting for position. Couldn't get it. Stifler gets the board. James brings it across the timeline. Out to Blair on the right wing. 32-27. Roseburg in front by 5. To the right side. That one a pass right off the hands of Noah Blair. Was right to him, and he just could not pull that one in. Roseburg with a strong start to the second half, forcing a timeout by Thurston. We'll go ahead and take it as well. A 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Roseburg basketball here on the score, brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. I want to say thanks to Corey and Brady helping out in the first half, running the video camera for us here on the road in Springfield. And here in the second half, Jaron and David popping by to help out with the broadcast, running the video camera for us here tonight. So appreciate the freshman team supplying some cameramen for me here on the road. Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout by Thurston. Thurston has used 2 timeouts. Roseburg has not called one as of yet in the ballgame. 4:12 to go in the third quarter. Stedman back to Williams, looking right side. Nobody's over there. Everybody in motion. Mendoza will come out to get it. He'll hand it off to Stedman. He holds out at the top, 3:58 and counting. Angle left side, back to Williams. To the right side, Mendoza gets it at the wing. To the left wing, open look at a three for Wilder, no. Mendoza gets the rebound, goes back up with it. He'll get it to fall over the iron. That one had to force its way over, but Roseburg able to get it. 34-27, a 7-point lead, largest of the game for Roseburg. Blair with it, had it tipped out of his hands. On the sideline, stays in bounds with his tiptoes. They keep it. That looked like a travel. Benar throws it at the rim. No, and it's Williams down with the rebound. Boston picks up his 4th board of the night. He'll bring it up the floor straight away. One-hand pass to Fullerton. Head fake, and he'll draw a whistle. They're going to call that one against. That will be Hunter James picking up his 2nd. 3rd team foul against Thurston. Noah Blair will go to the bench for the Colts. Blackwell back into the game. Trying to attack left side. Got a little hung up there was Mendoza. Got his own rebound. He got a second look. Goes up again. On the 3rd try, Micah will get it to go. Just an absolute determination underneath the basket by Micah Mendoza. 3 looks after a couple of offensive boards. 36-27. Roseburg in front by 9. They have come out of the locker room with a passion. Stifler straight away, fires it right side, back out to James. Thurston will revert back to the left side, now back to the right. James with it in his hands will get it to Benar. Left side, Newell at the wing against Mendoza, back out to the top. Thurston trying to find an access point. Stifler thought he had it. It's tipped out of his hands. Roseburg comes away with the steal. It's Wilder going 1-on-2. He'll go right to the rim, steps around the defender, can't get it, gets his own board, gets hacked across the hands, and will finally draw the whistle. They've been letting a lot go underneath, but Roseburg able to get a whistle there, and that sends Jace Wilder to the line for the first time tonight. Roseburg 3 of 6 at the free throw line here this evening. Fourth team foul against Thurston. This one goes against Blackwell, his fourth. Wilder will hit the first of 2. Stretches it to a 10-point margin. Boston Williams will get a breather. So does Micah Mendoza. Well earned as Roseburg comes out really playing hard here in the third quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Second free throw misses for Wilder. Thurston will race up the floor. Stifler, head fake, drives to the left side of the lane. Had it slapped out of his hands by Wilder, who stays in bounds at the baseline to save that one and the takeaway. 37-27. Fullerton back out to Wilder. Fullerton, a right wing three is nothing but the bottom of the net. Second of the period for Fullerton, and Roseburg's on top by 13. 40-27. This has been a heck of a run here by Roseburg. Just 2 points in the period by Thurston, and it's starting to feel like the Colts are a bit deflated. Driving in the runner off the mark for Bernard, or an offensive board, and the putback all in one motion for Noah Blair to end the run by Roseburg. On the left side, Mark Oha to Wilder at the wing, gets it back in the corner. Oha looking underneath, wanted to get it to Stedman. Ball got knocked around, and Oha tipped it to Wilder, who gets called for the travel. Roseburg was on a 16-2 run to start out the third quarter. Substitution in. Andrew Mills, who had a nice appearance off the bench in the first half, will finally make his way into the ball game. Checks in for Luke Newell. Mills, just a big man in the middle, was able to find his rhythm underneath. Stifler out on the perimeter, will pass it away to Bernard underneath Mills. There's all sorts of contact going on there. Bodies on the floor, no whistle. Roseburg gets a takeaway on the loose ball. And on the other side, with the feather touch, it's Hunter Fullerton for his third three of the period. Roseburg's on top 43-29. 50 seconds to go in the period. 14-point lead. We're in the middle. The runner by Bernard is good. 43-31, 38 seconds. Stedman, he's played the entire quarter, so has Fullerton. He's been feeling it. Launches one, almost got to the kiss off the glass. That one didn't fall. 27 seconds. Hunter James on the right side. Back out. They work it to the left corner. Stifler gets it. Works it to Mills at the top between the circles. Fires right side. And it'll be a handoff to James, as now Thurston will hold and slows it down. Back to his right. Mills gets it at the top. Just beyond the perimeter. Wants to fire in the middle. Ill-advised pass, but it does find its target. And Stifler, Vredenberg fights for a rebound. He'll keep it. And before he can get it to Keegan Cleary to end the quarter, the buzzer will sound. It is 43-31. Roseburg in front of Thurston as we go to the fourth quarter. Back after a 60-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Final 8 minutes on the board as we start the fourth quarter. Roseburg in front of Thurston. 43-31, a 12-point margin. Largest has been 14 for Roseburg as Thurston will get the ball to start, and they go right to the middle, attacking with the big man, Andrew Mills. Mills makes it a 10-point ball game. Thurston looking to try and claw their way back into this one. Micah Mendoza attacks left side, got cut off. He'll revert back out. Will try to go again in the air. He's just off the mark with the shot. He had the leaner, couldn't get it to fall. Up the floor quickly to Stifler. Turnaround from about 2 feet. No, Mills rips the rebound away from Vredenberg. A whistle. Who's it on? And they call the foul, I think. Oh, they called it on Vredenberg. First for Asher. Second for Roseburg in the second half. Inbound, James from the left corner. No. Rebound tipped around. Out to the top. James got it. That could have been a travel. Not called. Right side, Mills will attack. Spin. Back to the basket against Asher. No. And on the fight for the rebound, it's a whistle against the Colts. Asher Vredenberg got kind of tossed around underneath there. Mark Oha as they bring in second unit guys here to start out the fourth quarter. Vredenberg, Cleary, Bentia, Oha, and Mendoza out there, the lone starter. Mendoza, one attempt, no good. Goes up again and gets hacked as he does it. He's had a number of offensive boards here in the second half, and he is now your in the paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft. He's got a chance to add to his point total in double figures. Micah Mendoza at 10. Leading scorer for Roseburg is Hunter Fullerton after 3 quarters. Micah can't get the first free throw. Mendoza had 12 points in the third quarter to lead the way for Roseburg in that quarter where they outscored Thurston 19-6. 10-point game right now. Mendoza will rattle through the second to make it an 11-point game. 44-33, 6:52 to go in this contest. James with the right hand, behind the back dribble, out to the top, knocked away. Mendoza gets the steal. One-on-one against Benar. Spin move, finishes off the glass from the right side, and Micah Mendoza starting to get into the action here. Whistles. And they call a delay of game against Roseburg. Must just have been a warning there after the play. I was looking down, notating the score, and did not see what happened there. 13-point ball game again for Roseburg. Mendoza pressuring out at the top. James gets it, had it poked away by Vredenberg. Gets it right back, though. Pass away right side. Blair to the free throw line. Finds Stifler. Dumps it into the middle. Double team. Roseburg trying to get as many bodies surrounding Andrew Mills, who has used his big size at 6'4" to be able to attack Roseburg in the middle, and that's been something hard for Roseburg to stop. And so they are obviously paying quite a bit of attention to him. Second team foul against Asher Vredenberg. Keegan Cleary will check out of the game. Jace Wilder will come in for the Tribe to help add some size out there. Inbound from the baseline. Benar gets it to Stifler. Back out to the top. Blair with it, working against Oha. Pass it away left side to Mills. Stifler comes to get it at the top. Mills, left wing. They give him some space there. Asking him to shoot the three from beyond the basket. Or from well out, but from the middle of the floor. Stifler left side, he'll take the three. That one hits just off the back of the iron. Vredenberg down with the rebound, pushes the tempo up the floor. Oha got it on the right side, no. Save back in bounds, goes to Bentia. He gets his shot blocked. Fight for it, and a whistle. Both Vredenberg and Mills ended up on the ground, and they'll call it a jump ball. Roseburg basketball. Vredenberg with the aggressive grab on that one, got his hands in there and on that, and he's able to tie it up with Andrew Mills. 46-33 our score. Roseburg in front by 13. Oha will inbound from the baseline. And now the officials are going to have a conversation with the players, calm down some thoughts. Officials trying to get everybody to play nice out there. Get the ball to Oha. Inbound. Goes right to Bentia. He's wide open. And it dances on the iron before it falls through. An easier bucket probably cannot be found for Owen Bentia, but we all had to hang on the edge of our seat for it. And in the backcourt, a foul called against Asher Friedenberg as he puts the pressure on Hunter James. And that is 3 quick ones for Asher Friedenberg here in the second half. And on the substitution, Asher Friedenberg will substitute out for Boston Williams. The officials wanted to make sure that Roseburg followed the procedural process of substituting a player in. Thurston stacks him up on the inbound from the near sideline, trailing by 15. Largest deficit of the game for the Colts. Hunter James pass away left side. Roseburg's gotten quite a bit more aggressive here in the second half. Bernard drives in. His shot no good. Rebound tipped, and it is Thurston that keeps it. Pass left side, spinning his way back in, and fouled as he goes up with the turnaround jumper is Nate Stifler, the sophomore. Will definitely be a name to watch. 48-33, looking to add to the point total here for the Colts. Nate Stifler goes to the line for the first free throws of the night for Thurston. That is kind of a surprising number there. And Stifler will get the first as the place goes quiet. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall. Family and cosmetic dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Both free throw shots go through for Stifler. 48-35. Timeout taken down on the floor. Let's use one as well. Timeout is called, and we will be back after 30 seconds here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Point ball game, 48-35. Roseburg in front with 5:15 to play. Roseburg trying to just hang on here and run out things against the Thurston Colts to stretch their winning streak. Mark Oha passes left side. Bentia likes the look. His three looked pretty close. It just comes up short. Colts come down with the rebound. That's what they want. Limit Roseburg to one look and make it a quick one. Out at the top, Bernard with it, nearly had it poked away by Bentia. Pass away right side. James at the wing will dribble to the top, stops at the free throw line from the right elbow. The pull-up jumper is good for Hunter James. He's now got 4 in the ball game. He makes it an 11-point game, and now a steal by Thurston. They can't get the breakaway lay-in for Noah Blackwell. Driving baseline goes Wilder out to Oha for a 3. His shot off the left iron rolls off. Underneath, it's James on the rebound. Up the floor, gets it to Bernard. Driving in, the runner, no. Boston Williams with the rebound. To Bentia, up the floor, left side. Back out to Fullerton. He's got a deep 3. That one rattles out. It was halfway down before it came back out. And now a fight on the rebound. You had Williams and Wilder both harassing Hunter James after he got the rebound. They would not let him be. He was trying to fight to keep the basketball away from the defenders, and that draws the foul against Roseburg. That'll be the second foul against Boston Williams. 16 fouls against Roseburg. Neither team in the bonus yet. Nearing the midway point here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg leading by 11. Been as much as a 15-point lead. James to the left side, and a moving screen called against Nate Stifler. Tried to get in the way of Boston Williams, who got spun around as he got hip checked. That'll be the 6th against Thurston. Both teams with 6 now. First foul against Nate Stifler. Wilder, Stedman, Williams, Mendoza, and Fullerton on the floor. Starting 5 for Roseburg. starting 5 for Thurston out there as well. Mendoza to the free throw line, gets it into the left corner. Back out to Fullerton. He gets to the left elbow. They tried to rip the ball out of his hands, and he gets fouled on the reach-in by Thurston. That'll put Roseburg at the line as they're into the bonus. It is number 5 on Drew Blackwell, as he will draw the foul, or he will commit the foul, sending Hunter Fullerton to the line. And Blackwell not happy with himself. I could hear it from over here, slamming his fist down on the bench as he gets a teaching moment from head coach Blaine Liberatore. First free throw falls through for Fullerton. His second trip to the free throw line here tonight. 49-37, second free throw coming up. Fullerton, deep breath, the right-handed shooter, knocks down the second one. 3 of 4 at the line for Fullerton, puts Roseburg at the 50-point mark. 13-point game once again. Roseburg's been able to keep the lead out there at double digits. Driving up, gets it to Newell, back out to a 3 from the left side for Bernard, no good. Roseburg sandwiching Noah Blair underneath for the rebound. It's Fullerton that comes up with it. He'll push it up the floor to Mendoza, and you can count the bucket. I was worried he was going to be offensive. Count the 2 and the foul. Heading to the line for the three-point play is Micah Mendoza. And the student section will let the officials hear about it here tonight. The foul will go against Hunter James, and it's a three-point play. They seem to be missing, I think, the 2 by Mendoza on the board there. Blair driving right side, pull-up jumper affected by Wilder. Rebound comes down to Williams. He'll push it up the floor. They've got the scoreboard correct here now, 53-37. Roseburg in front by 16, their largest lead of the night. Fullerton working against Stifler. He gets his shot redirected out of bounds. 3:07 to go. Roseburg in control here in the second half. Trying to keep it that way, not allowing anything for Thurston here in the final 3 minutes of the contest. Williams will hand it off to Fullerton. Tries to attack, stopped at the free throw line. Back to Boston. Boston will give it away. Fullerton into the corner. Stedman whips it back out to the top for Boston. Williams hit off the left iron. No. On the rebound, Mendoza pulled it in. And are we walking the other way? We are. They're going to call a foul against Roseburg's Micah Mendoza. Mendoza was the guy that ended up on the ground, but they're going to say he got aggressive trying to box out for the rebound. He's whistled for the foul. Now into the bonus is Thurston, so they'll get a 1-and-1 opportunity here. 53-37 our score. Second foul against Micah Mendoza. At the line is Hunter James, and he will hit the first. Just the third free throw of the night for Thurston. They are 3 of 3 at the line. All of their free throws coming here in the fourth quarter. Second one also is through. James 2 for 2 at the line, 53-39, 2:48 to play in the contest. Across the timeline, racing into the front court is Stedman. Williams passes it away to Wilder, working on the right blocks with the turnaround right-hand finish. It's Jace Wilder, 55-39. Wilder with 8 points in the ball game after his 17 yesterday. A nice follow-up to it. Up the floor, Stifler draws it back out, bounces it away to James, and gets it right back on the right side. To the left at the wing, Bernard attacking, gets to the elbow. He will throw up the runner. No, down with the rebound is Blair. Gets in the middle, spin move. He'll finish with a floater over the iron. Drops it in for 2 to make it a 14-point ball game, and a timeout taken down on the floor. Let's go ahead and take another 30-second break before the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
.210 to go here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg leading by 14. Their largest lead has been 16. Here in the second half, Roseburg has outscored Thurston 31-16 in the second half of this one. Roseburg will get the basketball. That was another timeout taken by Thurston. They've got one left. Roseburg hasn't used a timeout tonight. Full court press here coming from the Colts. They get it to Stedman, who will break it up as he gets into the middle. Attacks, got to the rim, couldn't get it to fall. Thurston gets the stop. They'll work it up the floor. Luke Newell gets swatted by Mendoza. Pass lobbed back out to the top. It's Williams, gets it to Mendoza, and he'll throw down the two-hand flush. Micah Mendoza, I'm sure he wanted the tomahawk. He finishes with the two hands instead. And Roseburg 57-41. And they may be starting to put the icing on this one. Attacking the rim. Bernard will put through another two. 57-43. Roseburg turns it over on the other side, trying to get it in the middle. Pass up the floor. It'll be Luke Newell who will finish it in the middle. He makes it a 12-point ball game. A timeout taken, I believe, by Thurston. They'll use their final. Let's take one last time out here before we finish out the ball game. Roseburg leading this one 57-45 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
1:17 to go in the ball game. Roseburg leading 57-45 against Thurston. Before we return to action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout taken by Thurston. They have exhausted all of their timeouts. Full court press here by the Colts. Chase Wilder will get it to Carter Stedman, and he will work it into the front court in time before the 10-second count. Vredenberg gets it on the handoff. Pass into the corner for Mendoza. Back to Vredenberg at the free throw line. His shot no good. Got his own rebound, and he will fight in the middle. Goes up with the right-handed hook shot. Asher Vredenberg with 4 points on the night, and he makes it a 14-point ball game and a timeout taken. That must be a Roseburg timeout taken. It will be. They'll use their first of the night. We'll keep it right here. Our score 59-45. Taking a look at what's coming up. Mentioned it's been a busy week for Roseburg. This is the second game of a back-to-back for them after winning yesterday at home against Ashland. They'll be on the road again coming up on Friday. They travel to Aloha. We'll have coverage of that one for you. 6:45 tip-off time there, and it'll be a 6:30 pregame show start time. You can tune in and catch it right here on the score or watch online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. For the Thurston Colts, their next game is going to be against the Ashland Grizzlies coming up on Friday. They'll be on the road down south. That'll be the start of Midwestern League play for both the Colts and the Grizzlies. Thurston with the inbound out of the Roseburg timeout. 53.7 seconds to play. Roseburg will get in a couple of new faces out there. Vincent Ash has come into the game. Also, Julian Lopez is out there. Mark Oha, Asher Vredenberg, and Owen Bentia. So a couple of guys that get their first minutes here in the final minute of the ball game. A couple of new faces out there for Thurston as well. Driving baseline, got the defender airbound. And drawing the foul, I believe, will be Logan Paquette. And it looks like it'll be a shooter. He'll be heading to the line. That's the fourth foul against Asher Vredenberg. It will be a 1-1, so it wasn't a shooter. It's the bonus that will send Logan Paquette to the free throw line. And he will miss. Rebound came down to Owen Bentia. Fires it up to Ash. Back to Lopez. Julian doesn't get it. Vredenberg with the rebound. Vincent Ash will launch a three. That one off the mark as well. But Vredenberg, another rebound. Gets it to Lopez. And it's knocked away. Out in front. Going up, a 2 and an and 1 coming for Elijah Wilkins. Wilkins will go to the free throw line for one free throw to try and make it a three-point play. That foul went against Mark Oha for his third. The free throw, no good. Bentia with the rebound. And gets it to Vredenberg in the front court. 3 seconds to go. Roseburg just needs to hold. And there it is. The horn will sound. Roseburg wins on the road tonight. Your final score is 59-47. Roseburg a winner for a 6th consecutive time. They improved to 9-2 on the season. And for Thurston, they'll fall to 6-5, losing back-to-back games on their schedule. We'll come back with your post-game show as Roseburg wins 59-47 here at Thurston High School tonight in Springfield. You've been listening to Roseburg Basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here at Thurston High School, where tonight the Roseburg Indians improved to 9-2 on the season, and they pick up their 6th consecutive win And they take down the Thurston Colts by a final score of 59-47. Joey Keyran here with you tonight. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. However you may be tuning in for tonight's broadcast, it's always great to have you with us, especially when we're out on the road. We're so happy to be able to provide coverage of the team when they are away from home. Well, taking a look at how this one played out, a tight first half with the game never separated by more than 3 points. But in the second half, Roseburg really found another gear as they would pull away from Thurston, outscoring the Colts 35-22 in the second half. It all started in the third quarter where Roseburg, trailing by 1 at halftime, outscores Thurston 19-6. Roseburg started out the third quarter on a 16-2 run as they would build as much as a 14-point lead in the third quarter, and they would stretch it even further in the fourth quarter as they would eventually just keep pace with Thurston. 16-16 the final tally in the fourth quarter for both teams. And so Roseburg able to come away with a victory here tonight. They, for a second consecutive game against a Midwestern League opponent, finished with just 59 points. That's near their season low of 57, but nonetheless still a pretty nice performance offensively. And Roseburg holding Thurston to just 47 points. That matches the season low for Thurston, for Roseburg defensively. That ties the lowest points allowed that they've had for Thurston. That's a little bit more than their season low at 39. But it is well below their average of 54.2 points per game, although 59 is pretty low for Roseburg, averaging 71.7 points per game. Taking a look at the numbers here tonight, let's start out with the Roseburg boys. Leading the way with 19 points, had a huge third quarter with 12 total in that period. Hunter Fullerton scores 14 of his 19 in the second half to lead the way for Roseburg. 18 points, with 12 of them coming in the second half for Micah Mendoza. Those two we know when they get going, they can really put up some points. Behind them, nice support from the rest of the team. Jace Wilder, after 17 yesterday, gets 8 tonight. Nice night there. Owen Bentia with 5 off the bench. Boston Williams with 3. Asher Friedenberg with 4. And Carter Stedman with 2. On the other side, for Thurston, 16 points for Walker Benar. He was the only player in double figures for Thurston. Behind that, 8 points for Andrew Mills off the bench. The big man did a lot of work. Nate Stifler with 7 points, 6 for Hunter James. Most of that coming in the second half. Then you had 4 points for Luke Newell, 4 points for Noah Blair, 2 points for Elijah Wilkins. And that is your scorers tonight for the Thurston Colts. Here in the postgame show, we like to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. It's pizza the way it ought to be. If you are out visiting us for a home game, make sure you stop by Mountain Mike's for your post-game celebration, or you can stop by when we're on the road to catch the game on the big screen TV. That's Mountain Mike's there at the corner of Bellows and Harvard. Tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game, I am going to give it to, let's see here. I really liked what Asher Friedenberg did, things that didn't show up in the box score as much. I like what Asher Friedenberg did here this evening. Obviously, you can't discount what Hunter Fullerton did. I'm going to give Hunter Fullerton our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game award. And Asher Friedenberg with 8 rebounds is tied with Micah Mendoza for the lead in the rebounds tonight. I'm going to give that award to Asher Friedenberg here. So Hunter Fullerton with his 19 points, a team high there. Started out cold shooting. It did not deter him. He stuck with it, finishes with 19. That was a big third quarter. They needed him, and he came through. So he's your player of the game tonight. And tonight, your in the paint Colorcraft rebound leader is Asher Friedenberg. I had him down for 8. That's unofficial there. I'm not always the best at keeping total of rebounds. But he is your in the paint Colorcraft rebound leader, and he'll be receiving a $10 gift certificate from Java Run, thanks to Colorcraft. Appreciate their sponsorship. All right, we got to start wrapping it up here. They're starting to turn out the lights and put away the bleachers, so it's time to wrap this one up tonight here from Springfield, where Roseburg wins against Thurston 59-47. The Colts fall to 6-5. We'll take on Ashland to begin league play coming up on Friday. Roseburg improves to 9-2 on the year. They've got one more non-conference game before they wrap up the season. They'll be taking on Aloha on Friday on the road, and we'll be there for that one. Want to say thanks to the Thurston Colts for hosting us here tonight. I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. Thanks to Corey, Brady, Jaron, and David for help with the video camera work here this evening, and members of the Roseburg freshman basketball team. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you coming up on Friday when Roseburg makes the trek to Aloha to take on the Warriors. They tip off at 6:45, which means we'll have pregame coverage starting at 6:30. You can find it streaming online at 541radio.com or catch the action right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.